Welcome, good evening. It was good evening here. I'm here live on Facebook on Geechee Lion's Journey, interviewing bluesman GEROD RAYBORN on his channel. I'm here in Memphis, Tennessee, making my pilgrimage. I always come back to Memphis. I do music as Imperial Brown and the Million Seller. We are Memphis-based artists. I've released personally 3 albums here, produced here in Memphis, the third one being Memphis Prince, which I released about 3 months ago. Memphis Prince. You can go to my website, ChilionsSoul, ChilionsSoul.com, and pick that up. But what we're here for today and tonight is here. I must spend time. I had to come, not going to come all the way to Memphis and don't spend time with my cousin, who's also a musician, bluesman GEROD RAYBORN here. And we want to take tonight to kind of get introduced to him and what he has done and bring you up onto what he's doing today. So without further ado, take it away, bluesman.
Well, cousin, I'm glad you, but you're going to be in trouble with me if you didn't stop by my home. I'm glad that you were able to stop by and spend some one-on-one time with me. So I'm excited to have my cousin, way from Chicago, overseas, stop by my house. Made me feel so good, man. We just got a lot to catch up on a lot of business ideals. You know, we share ideals, man. And grateful to be. We're gonna walk in some new shoes. I'm a Southern soul artist, but we're making ready to tap into some new water.
All right.
Give a shout out to Strap-On Jr. just called me a while ago, and I'm in the midst of our meeting. But we connection with the real blues. Frank Robinson Jr. Is already connected, well connected with the real blues, with the blues cruise, man. Real excited about what God's about to do for contact and the road is always kind of like already getting paid for this new journey. Mm-hmm. And the late great Strap-On was with Lil Milton. Milton Campbell's road manager. He told me that he said, "Son, you're doing a good job. I see your records and everything." He said, "You're getting older, and it's time to start making some grown folk music." I said, "What you mean by great stuff?" Some real blues. He said, "Your dad, Lil Milton, and the world need to know about it." And he just told me, he said, "Give me some 12-bar blues and write some good music and watch your life change." And actually, he gave me the blueprint on what to do and how to do it. And unfortunately, on my second song, he expired. He got killed. Mm-hmm. But that stuck with me. The things he told me what to do and how to do it will open up some major doors for me. And I really truly believe that, because I'm just sticking with the vision and the story and the dialogues and the direction he told me. And I'm taking my time, mm-hmm. because I want this project to be so good. I'm taking my dear time, because this is for not Memphis, not Mississippi, not Arkansas. This is for the world.
The world.
The world. So the blues is loved by all of the world. So that's I wanted this project to be very special. It's dedicated to the late great Strap-On, Frank Robinson, and my 2 great grandfathers. You know, mm-hmm. Which is my mom, great granddaddy, and my dad, granddad. They was true blues men. So it's in the DNA. It's in the DNA. And the older I get, and I almost accepting my calling. It's a spiritual move. This is a spiritual move. This is something deep within. And it will be dedicated to Papa Doug. You know, Papa Doug is my great-grandfather, my daddy's grandfather, and my mom's great-grandfather, Reese Bowen. Right. Now, Reese Bowen He's connected to the Mississippi area. All of them, both of them are connected, but he played the piano and the guitar. So that's my mom. That's from the Dog Corner area. So he got a double dose of the piano and the guitar. I was just fortunate, man. His wife gave me a few of his items.
Good, man, to take a look at some of those.
Yeah, I got a microphone.
Oh.
I got.
I was just asking you whether you had a microphone.
But you know, it's so I had to. No, my stuff is down here. I got a microphone for my grandfather. I got a guitar. That yes, he got two. They had two, but I got two guitars. Hold on, just keep talking for a second. I'm just grabbing. I think we have one right here.
Okay.
This is special. Well,
sure,
just talk for a second.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk, and then let me just say this, and you can hear me talk. I actually met BLUESMAN. Of course, he's my cousin as well, going back, 3 generations. But you just reminded me, I'm in Memphis. I haven't gotten in touch with my videographer yet, Dwight Bowen. I need to at least give him a call because he produced 4 or 5 videos for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get with him. But yes, GEROD RAYBORN here, BLUESMAN out of the Memphis area. My family, of course, is from the Memphis area. My mother's born in Memphis. And just to dovetail on what he was talking about, when reaching a certain age and accepting your calling to do a certain type of music. And you said it's a spiritual thing. And I can relate to that because my album that I put out last year called The Ministry, I called it The Ministry because it was a calling that was a long time coming, years, decades in the making, and it finally hit and came to pass into manifestation last year with the help and to the glory of God. Is that the guitar?
This is one of the ways it plays everything, but this is my great grandfather. Guitar was passed down to me. This is a microphone.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. You got this is a mic. You don't know if it worked though, right?
It works a little static. I have to get
static.
it.
Okay.
But man, this thing got to be in the 60s.
Oh, okay.
This mean a lot to me. This guitar, I'm gonna get it refurbished, but it still plays, and this was passed down.
Look at that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be able to pass it down, to my son plays as well.
They would use their finger.
Oh, just for the beat, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, man, I'm just grateful, man. I've been playing music. As a matter of fact, Reese Bowen, wife.
Mm-hmm.
Now I got history. Now I got pictures when Mom had. I had guitars in my hand at the age of 2 and 3.
Oh, okay.
They was good. They was toys.
You need to pull them. You need to pull them out.
They said that by her husband playing guitar, I had one. He said, "I'm gonna buy I'm the first grandchild on the Bowen side."
Yeah.
So by him, Papa having guitars around there, my great grandmama, man, she bought me my first guitar, and I'm grateful for it. I was a little boy and I played with a toy, but after I had such a love for it, each year, my mom and dad would always get me a guitar. Cause I was, the little fans at church, the fans, and my dad and them played.
Yeah.
And
of course.
And I would fan a while I play. And my mama said, "You getting too big to be playing a fan." So my mama got me a real guitar.
Yeah.
It was like I couldn't take it to church all the time because the other kids would want to play with it, but we get to fighting and pushing over my guitar.
Yeah.
So, but she began to give me guitars every year because I began to get interested in it and make it more I don't know why my little Facebook thing went out, but I'm researching.
Oh, that's Wi-Fi, but don't worry about that. We got you. It's back on.
But you know, but we grateful to just, man, they kept on giving it to me as gifts. I was a little boy, played with them as a toy. And Dad just kept on giving me better and guitars.
Yeah, better guitar.
Because I had an interest in it, and because I saw my dad and them playing guitars and brothers, Reverend Raybourn, and they would play, and I was so infatuated of them. And I would sit at their rehearsals and
I know you did.
Play with the guitar when they take a break, and
and
they would rub the strings, and man, unfortunately, I started playing when I was like about 16, 17 professionally. They rehearsed us, the Raybourn Brothers. I mean, did my dad and them group started playing with my dad and them. They rehearsed us about a year behind closed doors. They took a break to get us up to par, and man, we rehearsed a year almost like every Sunday. Matter of fact, I don't say happy birthday to Reverend R.C. Raybourn. That's my cousin. His birthday is today. We started together.
Oh, okay.
Dad and brother. So we started together, man, playing with our daddies and them, man. And I was down to Kingfish mother's funeral about 3 years ago. And man, I did in Sardis, Mississippi. I never forget. Sardis, Mississippi. And that's what the first time they turned us loose. Like being like on a football field. Like they turned us loose. And to me, that was like our big first major stage with my dad and them. I never forget it. So when it was right across the street from where Kingfish mother's funeral, I told my wife, I can't leave. She thought I was restaurant. I had to get out and take a picture on this spot of ground because I have been all over traveling, doing Southern Soul and gospel, and this was the first major stage. So it was like, hey, the first football field that I got, I had to take a picture, man. It's in Sardis, Mississippi, the education building. And man, it was a spot I never will forget. Sardis, Mississippi. I never forget the education building in Sardis, Mississippi. That was one of the first programs. And it was a big auditorium like that we did our first program with my dad and them. So I'm grateful for that apprenticeship thing with my fathers and uncles. And man, we started traveling, and then we took a break. My dad and I were doing everybody music. Then I was unfortunately to get with my cousins, man, the Sensation Strong family. And we began as the younger cousins, and man, we traveled, but we hearing yourself on the radio at 18 years old, the music that we created, that we wrote, it just gave me magical. We went to Chicago, Detroit, all these different places. We just traveled. We even with KC and Jodeci. Yeah. We was on some program with them in different places, man. The Truth, I saw Truthettes. Blessed. We traveled with the Truthettes, Doc McKenzie. Man, the Texas Boys. So many different ones that we traveled with Sensation all over the world, man. Not all over the world, but all the countries from Vegas to San Diego to Detroit to. I never will forget one night we was in Florida. Pensacola, Florida, and we had to be on Friday night, and we had to be in Chicago that Saturday night. And man, we drove all night, all day, and we made it.
I know you did, because I drove from Tampa to Chicago, so I know
that was some driving, man. I'm grateful, man. We're getting back to this, man, this new project that I'm on, man. I'm just taking my sweet time.
It's traditional blues, right?
Traditional
so
blues.
You going back to the I call it, if you go back to the Muddy Waters Highland, to me, I think of traditional, I think of Highland Wolf, John Lee Hooker, B.B. King, Muddy Waters,
Bobby Rush,
and even Bobby Bland when he first started out.
Oh, yeah.
Because he kind of evolved into.
He kind of changed the game.
I saw recently where he was referred to as the Lion of the Blues, And that
He's a game changer.
And when tell us about what is your impression of Bobby Bland. You know what mine is.
Bobby Bland, like I say, he had a Bobby Bland and Lil Milton is game changers. They took the blues and made it a little more contemporary than the down. Yeah. It was more appealing to the younger peoples, and it just catch on like it just caught on like wildfire. And even though the Jolly Hookers and the Buddy Guy, that's the roots. That's the roots. That's the raw stuff. Raw nitty gritty. My grandfather, Papa Doug, played with a spoon. Mm-hmm. They had a bottle. They used to take the bottle and they would do the. They give you the slide sound. Mm-hmm. So I was fortunate enough to see a Papa. And look, not to get it, man. I'm happy to be able. Dog, my wife told me today, don't y'all try to rob me, huh? But anyway, we got a check came today. It's on the floor right there. And but anyway, I ain't tell her how much it was because she didn't want to buy some shoes. She said because she got this app, she could tell what's on the way to what she said. I said I ain't going nowhere today. She said you got something from BMI coming today. And she said, well, how much is it? I ain't never tell her how much it was. Yeah. Because she'd be wanting to buy a purse or something. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, hey, Papa Doug, I was unfortunate enough to name my publishing company after my grandfather. Papa Dogs? You see my music on Denise sale. Anybody, Denise, Sheba, all the people I've worked for, wrote music with, I got 2 checks. And my publishing is Papa Doug Music. Yeah. So I named after my grandfather, which is it just regardless, this is that's the business side of the blues, man. Of course. And so I decided to pass that on to my grandkids and my son or whatever, but just their legacy would live on. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm building up a catalog, for your family. As when you gone. Somebody might want to put some of this stuff in a movie or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I got tons of songs, not movie, but songs, but we're grateful to be even, man, I've been behind the scene a long time, writing songs for other people, like Denise Sayre, Carl Sims, O.B., Sheba, Donnie Ray, David Briston, Miss Jody. It goes on. So many songs that I wrote for other people I forget, but I'm grateful to have this many songs. Is that my president on here? I don't know. Okay. She should be looking at the wild, but what's up, King? There's just a lot of people just on here. But good afternoon, my cousin here. He's going back home. He's on Facebook too. I'm on Facebook. He's on his podcast, but we're grateful. That's my auntie. That's one of my auntie. One of my favorites. Aunties on here. Some of Team Rayburn on here. My phone was way back there, y'all. But we're just talking about this new project, man. I got another song that's finna come out in a few more days. I just had it in the can. I've been had it. You just had it, and you just decided it's time to put out something. It's just time to put out something. It's not the traditional blues. No, it's not a part of that project. It's part of some of your other stuff. It's just something I've been holding. Matter of fact, I always have more than enough. Yeah, if possible, yes. But by me being a writer, God blessed me to write. So I said, man, I love my blues will be good in Sue Daughter and maybe a couple more. And so somebody just told me, hold it. They had more than enough. I always grade my own music as well. Somebody been talking too much. Y'all go get it. That's we got a new video out on that. So let's on YouTube. On YouTube. So somebody been talking too much. I know the album will do good, and some just told me to hold it. And this right here called I think it's I can't think of the name of the picture. If you think about it, because just don't forget, I can put the subtitles on the bottom as we replay this, because I'm not live, he's live, but I can put the subtitles on the bottom. I got so many songs, but I think the particular song that I'm going to drop is Man.
Now, who are you releasing it through? Are you releasing it yourself, or are you going through a record company?
I'm going through the record company. I just still got
Echo Records.
Echo Records.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. I got new songs. But I even made a post. Man, my mind just.
No, that's all right. We'll be able to talk again. But let me just interject here. We're covering tonight bluesman GEROD RAYBORN and his journey, his music journey, and we're probably gonna get into a little bit of your life journey. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, this channel is Geechee Lion's journey.
Yeah.
And as I sit here, and I'm basically just trying to let him express himself, because I'm glad and I am very thankful, God, that I'm here and able to even be here in Memphis and do this at this particular time. And I'm going to be talking about the special significance of that within the next 2 days, because I'm going to be doing 2 live streams with the help and power of God, 7 p.m. Central Time. This is Isaac Hayes week. Mm-hmm. We talking about Elvis Presley week. Yeah, it's going to start being Isaac Hayes week. But when I listen to you, GEROD, and you're talking about dealing with your music now, and you looking at it as a ministry to take overseas and take international. That's what my latest album, that's why I call it ministry. Because of the same thing. It is a ministry to take the music that I've been inspired, that's been inspired by God to come through me. It's by God, but it's through me. But I'm putting it out there in the United States, in Europe, and now my main home now is the Philippines. It is a ministry to bring that music out there. The other thing you talked about was legacy. Over the past 4 years, I've been building a catalog, building a legacy. Most of the songs that I've written and released the past 4 years, I wrote them 40 years ago or more. My Imperial Soul album had 2 songs on there that were written in the 70s. I just released Memphis Prince 3 months ago. Half of those songs were written in the early 80s, okay?
Well, what inspired you to get back in it?
God, I'm going to say that I may never understand it, but it's almost like God wanted me to be shut down for 32 years, because literally I was shut down. The last song I wrote before I went into the grave, if you will, was Wedding Day. I wrote that August of 1988. I didn't write another song until like February of 2020. How many years is that? All in between there, I didn't really write anything. I didn't hardly feel like singing. I didn't feel like doing nothing. But God brought certain people in my life, experiences into my life, and it was just, things just started coming. And I'm going to recount that as I talk about my musical journey. But you go back and play the tape. What you said, almost identical. I mean identical. The ministry, the legacy. My next project, and I'm here in Memphis working on, is a blues project. My first Imperial Brown album was Imperial Soul. My next album is going to be Imperial Blues.
I heard that. I just thought it's the new thing that She's Charging Me. That's the title.
She's Charging You.
She's Charging Me.
That's the name of the song. Is that the one you getting ready to release?
I've been releasing a few days.
Okay.
But look, it's so true that now I was unfortunately, and I'm not saying she told us so, because my cousin is a hell of a writer. He did take a break for a long period of time. And he came, the last, what the one we helped you with, the project. I played some guitar on Help
You played on Imperial Soul.
Imperial Show.
You played. I think you did. You play on Don't Call the Law.
I played on Don't Call the Law.
Did you play on Don't Call Jody?
Yeah, I played on that too.
And then you did Don't Walk Out of My Life Again.
And he showed now I think he asked my cousin. We're helping him with this project. He said he wanted a Bobby Blue Bland type of feel. Mm-hmm. It was just words, period. And so I'm looking at the words. So I said, okay, this business, you're a customer and you're my family. So we able to put the stuff together. And I'm not mistaken, it was 1982. It was way back. It was
when I wrote it.
It was back in the day.
1978.
I wasn't sure.
Did y'all hear me? 1978.
1978, and I could tell it was so old, y'all. Hey, but he had it typed out on a.
Wasn't no computers.
There wasn't no computers, but he had it typed out like what the typewriter.
Regular paper, a typewriter.
And it was so. So I'm just giving him what he paid me to do and to do, but the song I knew. The song had so much magical to it, and I only did what he asked me to do. If I'm gonna do something for anybody, any song that I wrote or played on, I'm always gonna give my best. But when I got with that last word, before I even played it back, I knew I liked it because it was a spiritual type of thing. I did it from the heart.
Yeah.
But before I played it back, I said within 3 years, this is your song. I didn't change one word. Now I could have, but you didn't. That's not my song. It was your song. But it was so good. And I'm only doing what I was asked to do. You don't go to nobody's house and paint the whole house and take the carpet up off the floor. They didn't tell you to do that. So I did exactly what he asked me to do and paid to do. But I knew that one day I wanted to do this particular song. I'm a songwriter. I write most of all my music. But it was such a move. I said, hey, you go on and run with it, put it out. This is your baby. But I want you to know that one day, I want, with your permission, I want to be able, so that particular song will be on my new album.
Yeah.
Don't Walk Out of My Life. It's so, man, I'm glad that you made the cut, but I know already, we did it in the Soul Hole. Mm-hmm. But I want to bring my band and give it a more. Actually, I could do a whole album by itself, additional 2 people. But I want the connection and the vibe of the whole band all around. So we're gonna replay certain instruments to give you a live version of it, more orchestra.
Yeah, that's like Bobby Bland.
Yeah, Bobby Bland. So we did it because we was dealing with the budget. We were dealing with time. But we painted the picture.
Oh, but that's what we did me and Jay Jackson, did a very nice cut on that. You make sure you get it, of course. Y'all have the information how to go to my website and get that. But my songs, a lot of them, it's my intention that I want to hear other artists give it their treatment. I want to hear that.
Yeah.
Because they can bring something else to it. It's like some of the songs that I've written, and sometimes I've openly disclosed this, and sometimes I haven't. Some of the songs that you hear me do, I wrote for other people to do. It was my intention that other people do it. But, for whatever reason.
But some of them are keepers from the heart.
Oh, some of them are keepers. Yeah. But some of them, my mindset was, hey, I'm writing this with this guy in mind. And on that note, very quickly, Michael Jackson, his 66th anniversary of his birth is August 29th. Mm-hmm. On August 29th, Geechee Lion, myself, will be releasing the song I wrote for Michael Jackson. About 40 years ago, I wrote this song called It's Your Party. I wrote it for Michael Jackson. Mm-hmm. I did include it on my first album. I gave it, a decent treatment. But now I'm re-releasing it, really bringing you the house. I'm calling it the basement version. The Michael Jackson feel. That song is coming out August 29th. Watch out for that. It's Your Party. Again, I wrote that song for Michael Jackson, really, but, I did my version.
Cause it would have been a real blessing. We can't turn back the head of time. If Michael would have got that song.
Do you know that it wasn't God's will? It's one of them things like, it was a mistiming. It was just so happens that years later, my mentor is Marshall Thompson of the world famous Shy Lights. He's the last man standing. He personally mentored me prior to me releasing my first album. I was working my 9 to 5 at the time, but one day I took a lunch break and I called Marshall Thompson on his cell phone. And he picked the phone up. It wasn't no office. Mm-hmm. Marshall picked the phone up. And we talked probably about an hour. And that wasn't the first time. We talked again later. But he gave me so much information and tips on how to do stuff in the music business.
Gotcha.
And you see the evidence of that with my first album as Imperial Brown, Imperial Soul. And matter of fact, one of the first songs I released, which was Don't Call Jody, within less than 12 hours of me releasing that song, I got a call from Marshall Thompson of the Shy Lights, and he said, "That's a monster." Okay?
Shy Lights, they were so smooth. They were some of Chicago best, man. They were just...
But bringing that to Michael Jackson, Marshall Thompson was the best friends with Joe Jackson.
Yeah.
He was Michael Jackson's father.
Oh, yeah.
So if Michael had lived up until this day, until I got hooked up with Marshall Thompson, I would have been a direct line to have Michael hear that song.
Well, man, we grateful for all the connections, man. My cousin from overseas, he gonna be getting out of here tomorrow, going to Chicago for a couple of days and going back to overseas. But look, I got some Cart Jones, that's my original bass player. On What's Up, Cart? Miss Tracy. I got a package for you.
I see Georgia.
Yeah, I see Miss Georgia, my president. Tracy, I got a package for
Georgia.
you. I did not know that when our members had gave it to my wife. And she said, I said, I put it all together, but I got a donation. We got we had a back to school drive. Team Rayburn was sponsored, we co-sponsored a thing with Miss Tracy, one of our members. Mm-hmm. And we did something. It was successful. But I do have a donation for you. I get my wife to send it to you, or I meet you in the streets and give it to you. I set up a good time. I'm grateful, y'all, to be here with my cousin today. He got a live podcast. I'm just on Facebook Live for a minute, y'all. Mm-hmm. But we just talking. But he got a song that I'm going to be putting on this new album that I'm excited about. I let a few people hear it. They like, man.
That's coming.
It's coming
soon. Yeah, we put out a master cut on that. Don't Walk Out of My Life Again. Yeah. With its Imperial Brown and the Million Seller featuring GEROD RAYBORN. But he's also looking to do his own version on his new album. I don't know what you gonna call your album. You don't know yet.
I'm not yet, but I got a song that I'm working on now. I was called "Preach the Blues."
Okay.
And then I got a bad song that's for the lady. Your monkey about to kill my snake. Mm-hmm. And their monkey about to kill my snake. Feel like prison on my job. Mm-hmm. You know damn well you don't love me no more. Okay. Man, I'm just grateful. I need another pocket because ain't there one of these mine. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But anyway, y'all, I'm just grateful to be able to write this new. I'm excited about this new road that I'm approaching. I could have been through. I'm taking my lovely, lovely, sweet time because it's dedicated to it's a spiritual thing. It's dedicated to Papa Doug, which is my great grandfather, and Dad Reese. And I'm going to dedicate somebody because both my two grandfathers were musicians. One of them played Reese Bourne, I can see, played the piano.
And I didn't know it. We didn't even talk about none of that when I saw him.
He played the bass. Matter of fact, they wouldn't let me have it. I tried to get the guitar. One of them was playable. As a matter of fact, I got pictures on my Facebook. One of them was still playing today to the guitar. They had two. Now, the mother passed, so she gave me that guitar and that microphone. Now the boys gave me the guitar. They wouldn't give me the one to really play. I gotta get this one fixed. I'm definitely
get it fixed. That's all you gotta do. But what we want to make sure, me and Gerard is gonna talk again. So it's gonna be Geechee Line Journey and Gerard Rayborn.
Signs of danger in our home, just like strangers in a comfort zone. Gotta make some changes.